Hello everybody, welcome back. How are you doing? How are you all doing? It gives me great pleasure to bring a new beer to the channel that is exclusive to the Thornbridge Beer Club subscribers and in the exclusive area of Thornbridge Brewery. So their beers come out sort of like early for us, which is great. I suggest if you want that sort of like service, then join the beer club. And this one's really exciting for me, so I wanted to bring it now before it's actually going on general release. It's very exciting because it's one of the best style, or one of my favourite styles of sort of IPA. I'm going to get it out the fridge and talk to you about it. So I'll be back in a second. Here it is. Thornbridge West Coast IPA collaboration beer with Burning Sky Brewery. From the Union, 6.5%. I always get really excited about a beer on the Union. And I have been working over, I've not been there for a while, but I've been working at Molson Coors over their new sort of like development over there. And for a while, on and off. And it's been so lovely to sort of like see it come together. And then for me, the Burton Union system still there. Anyway, let's crack this open. And what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to pour this nice and steady, because what I want to do with this, I find it really strange. I don't know about you guys, but to see a bottle with West Coast IPA on it, I'm so used to seeing them in a can. So I'm going to pour this very, very steady into what hopefully is a clean glass. I don't want any sort of bubble. What I'm going to do is I'm going to leave some in the bottle because I want to do a swill and I want to get some of that yeast coming into the bottom. Now, I normally get a bit scared when I put this on here because it'll tip and fall over and then I'll lose the last bit of beer. So I don't really want to do that. So then, beer in the glass. There is carbonation rising from the bottom and I can't see it, but I think there is a nucleation point here, a widget at the bottom of this glass. I think there is. It looks that lovely sort of West Coast IPA colour. I am a little bit embarrassed of the glass, I must admit. So you can criticise this. Speno, you're always banging on about it, but look. But anyway, there's just a few little bubbles on the side there. But it's looking good in the glass. It's got that lovely sort of like West Coast IPA look about it. It's not too dark for a West Coast. It's fairly sort of light, but I can smell. It's got that really nice sort of like, you can almost smell the bitterness in that. I'm really hoping that this is going to be quite bitter. So anyway, so it says here to serve between 5 and 8. Now, I've been bamboozled with Thornbridge before because I've had the Union IPA and I served it too cold, but that wants to be served like between 10 and 12 or 10 and 14, I think. And this is saying serve at 5 to 8. It's got citrus and mosaic hops in it. Colour, it says gold. To me, that's like looking more... Yeah, it's looking more sort of like that orangey sort of colour. And it does say on the nose, grapefruit and lemon. Well, this is smashing that grapefruit sort of like smell out to me all the time. I can smell it in the air. That's why I'm saying I can smell the bitterness, because I get that grapefruit at the back. On the taste, it's saying orange and kiwi. I have kiwi every single day. It's not a very powerful fruit, so I'll probably get more of the orange if that's what I get. But anyway, it says here, Burning Sky Brewery, nested in the foothills of the beautiful and inspiring South Downs, create beers that truly reflect their surroundings. We were thrilled to welcome them to Bakewell for a collaboration beer on our Union set. Together we created a bold and flavourful West Coast IPA, the most modern style we brewed on the Union. And that's why it's like really fascinating me that you're getting a West Coast, sort of modern style West Coast IPA in a bottle. Perhaps with mosaic and citrus hops, it delivers waves of citrus and tropical fruits for a vibrant, refreshing experience. Well, let's see what this is going to get. This is oozing aroma, absolutely oozing. It's like a grapefruit West Coast IPA air freshener. It's absolutely amazing. Oh yes, up to the nose, and also you can tell that it's got that nice sort of like balance, going to be a nice balance there. I do love a really bitter West Coast IPA. I hope this has got some good IBUs. Right, anyway, beers brewed on the Burton Union system do have that unique, I think you get flavour from the yeast. Right, cheers everybody. I'm hanging out for this one. Cheers. Oh, oh, that is, oh, been there, got the t-shirt, just hit the mic. Oh, that is so good. I'm glad I bought a few more. So this come with the Thornbridge, the April Thornbridge Beer Club, and I took the advantage of ordering some more. Oh my God, I'm literally going to add. This is beautiful. This is so good. Really powerful in the grapefruit flavours. Yeah, that lovely sort of like bitterness. For me, I've got quite a high tolerance to bitter. So for me, I'd say this is a really decent West Coast IPA that is giving you that nice salivating, smack your lips, clear your throat bitterness of a West Coast IPA. Absolutely perfect. But for somebody else, it might be, wow, that's really bitter. For me, it's just right. It's absolutely just right. It's really lingering. The bitterness just lingers there. I'm just mistaken between the bitterness and if there's a dryness there. I don't think there's too much of a dryness there. It's more just that grapefruit is one of the most beautifulest fruit, I think. When you have, in fact, I've not had a grapefruit for such a long time, but when you have a grapefruit, it really does make you go, well, it's really lovely to have, and then it really makes you sort of like, oh, and some of the grapefruits can be more powerful than others, can't they? I'm not getting masses amount of orange yet, but I am getting some orange, and orange is a sort of like a flavour I get in these beers quite forward. But for me, the grapefruit bitterness is what's really giving this beer the shine, and it's got some nice citrusy. There is some sort of like lemony sort of flavours there, quite sharp. Oh, it's just, I bet you can hear it all the while. I'm constantly having to sort of like, so imagine I've sort of car crashed this review a little bit because of the start. I didn't want to edit it out. So it tells you to sort of like, this may have yeast in it, so pour carefully, leave the yeast in the bottle. But we know this is the Spencer Arms. We want the yeast. Now, it's not really done massive amounts to that. It's not really changed it too much. It was slightly hazy anyway. Let's give it a little bit more of a different type of head, the softer sort of looking head. But I would say there's not really loads in that bottle. Now, I did put it in the fridge probably about 4 hours ago. So it has had chance. There's like a haze in here, in the air, I can see from the light. It has had chance to settle. So any sediment would have settled down. So I poured it clean. But, not really changed too much. Mouthfeel's probably altered a little bit. So anything that was in there is sort of like barely. It's probably made it a little tiny bit sweeter, that last bit. And I think that's probably from the yeast. You definitely, when you brew a beer on the Burton Union system, Thornbridge, you definitely do get, I mean, tell me if I'm wrong, but you definitely do get some yeast, some sort of like yeast flavours in there. Yeah, so it says here, this beer was brewed on the Burton Union system and does contain live yeast, bottle conditioned. So this is quite fresh as well. Bottle conditioned, probably, if you had one of these a few weeks later, I mean, it's got a shelf life, 20th of the 3rd, 2026. So almost a year. It's really, really nice. Sharp, citrusy flavours, nice bitterness on the grapefruit, 6.5%, sits just absolutely in a standard sort of level of what we're looking for these days. 5% is almost like gone to a sessionable. Despite my glass not being the beer cleanest, great head retention, lovely, sweet, grapefruity, almost like what we used to say the gorange, is it? Like the sort of like the blood orange type, grapefruity, orangey side of taste. Now I'm drinking it for a little bit longer. It's getting a bit more moreish. It's definitely got that lovely West Coast IPA bitterness to it, but it's also got a nice balanced malt, just calming them down. Lovely citrus notes throughout, grapefruit bitterness, lovely sort of like smooth mouthfeel from what I believe is from that brewing on that Burton Union system, with the natural carbonation that just, you know, just works on that system. It's absolutely wonderful. Right, what more can I say? Thornbridge, you've done it again. You've done it again. Now, in this month's April Club, there's this beer, and I'll show you this. This pink grapefruit. Is it Halcyon? A pink grapefruit Imperial IPA, 7.4%. Yeah, and on the Thornbridge's, when I've actually just had a quick look on the Instagram post, they're squeezing this sort of like pink grapefruit out as a laughter. This is how they actually did it. I can imagine that's going to be something special. That's part of the beer club this week, or this month. So seriously, I keep banging on about it, but the Thornbridge Beer Club, I've been there. I was talking to Jane today. So November 2024 was 12 months, and here we are in April 2025. So, you know, I've been in the club for a long while, and every single month has been something special, something to like really like enjoy. And also the actual price of the beers, when you get the 20%, I think it's 20% off. I think this was coming in for me, buying this separate, £2.80, something like that. Absolute bargain. You know, it's a 6.5% crafted ale, but on the, well, crafted, it's a craft beer really, on the Burton Union system, making it bottle conditioned like a draft pint. So I can only imagine what this would be like on draft. Absolutely fantastic. Right, this has been Speno, just going through the waves or whatever to bring you this exclusive beer that will be available on the website soon. Look out for it when it leaves the exclusive area and comes into the shop. Or to the website, I definitely recommend you get this and enjoy it for yourself. It's a lingering flavour. It's one of those that as soon as I've finished it, I'm definitely going to want another one. I'm not going to, because I'm in the week at the minute. I'm trying not to drink so much in the week, but definitely is leaving me wanting more. This will definitely. Cheers, everybody. This has been Speno, and we're out his hat, so I bumped the mic a few times. Take care of yourself. Drink good beer. Cheers.